So I'm John Loau, Director and Board Director on a few firms, N5 Consulting, Managing Partner, Founder and Director at PolyX Limited, and Chairman of the Samoa Business Network. As Managing Partner of N5 Consulting, we're quite healthy. Global clients are doing well, other partners are doing really well. PolyX Limited, the Polynesian experience, we just had our world debut at Sky City, and we had an entire calendar for the year rolled out. And the Samoa Business Network, we had really good traction coming up a high after being invited to represent Samoan businesses in Samoa. And so, yeah, really good before COVID-19 came around. Yeah, so from an N5 perspective, my personal portfolio went from 12 clients basically down to one in the span of about a week and a half. So as you can imagine, that's quite a bit nerve-wracking for myself and my global partners. That's been quite hard to look at. From PolyX's position, that's been quite hard to go from the high of having a world debut at one of the world-class venues in the region, to having the entire calendar for the rest of the year pretty much come to a halt. And a lot of our work around helping other Samoan businesses from a Samoa Business Network perspective is really kind of either ground to a halt or have to be relooked at as well. So definitely very difficult this time. So N5 Consulting, we have been in discussions regularly with our clients, even the ones that are exiting from our portfolio. So that's quite hard. So working with global partners to decide what's our strategy moving forward, is pretty much all we can do for the next 2 weeks. As far as N5 Consulting is concerned, we pretty much are in a holding pattern to see where the economy recovers. Went down on level 1 or level 0. That's the only way that our consulting firm is going to survive. So we have to hold our place. PolyX is doing what it can. Performers are still performing while practicing, and we have to pretty much just plan what our calendar tentatively looks like, and that's pretty much all we can do at this stage, just planning. So when N5 Consulting basically went from 12 clients down to 1, I had to think about what I can do that's in the immediate. And so in the space of a week, I launched building compliance training, independent review services, and I've also launched PacificDeals.store. So those are 2 new platforms that are coming online. So I really didn't want to have to start a new business, but at the current situation, N5 Consulting isn't going anywhere at the moment, and that's a strategic decision that we've taken to do that. So PolyX, we're planning a tentative schedule at the moment to try to figure out what we can and cannot do, but with our partners that we're working with, Sky City and other ventures, it really is dependent on how well they're placed before we can move forward. So yeah, had to basically just start 2 new businesses in order to get myself, keep myself floating and going. So N5 Consulting, we've always worked remotely and digitally, so it's good to see our clients take that up more and more. What I'm doing in that space is really just working in that. As far as PolyX is concerned, we've had our performers pretty much stay at home, perform from home, practice from home, and just obviously interact digitally until we're ready to pursue a face-to-face situation. Before COVID-19, after COVID-19, as well as in the Great Depression before and after, the market will always determine what consumers are willing to pay for products and services, as well as what we as providers can price that for. So we really are going to have to wait and see what the financial sectors are going to tell us is available in terms of cash flow. We have to determine how many businesses are going to be out there, and then to see what a COVID-19 world looks like, because there's a lot of discussion around getting back to normal, but the reality is there's no normal, there's a new normal, and that's COVID-19 world. So we have to think a little more innovatively, and this is kind of silver lining stuff. We have to really think about where we can capitalize, and some of those old practices, just do away with them.